Hello everybody, we're here to compare and review the Staedtler triplus roller and the BIC Z4 rollerball. So these are rollerball pens, and that means that they have liquid ink as opposed to gel pens where where the ink is gel, or the ballpoint where the ink is oil based. The difference between an ink that's liquid and one that's gel is that they're both water-based, but the gel one obviously is thicker and the liquid is just very runny. We can see on the BIC Z4 they have a transparent barrel, and you can actually see the ink moving up and down. You might not be able to see it on the video, but you can see it in real life, how the ink moves. Okay, so the main difference between these two would be that these right here are a 0.4 millimeter point, and these right here are 0.7. These are made in China. These are made in Germany. BIC is an American company, but they have their pens made in several countries. These particular ones are made in China. Okay, so here I have the sample of the ink colors, and as you can see, I included on the bottom a Pilot Precise and also the Pentel Energel liquid gel ink, just because I wanted to show you how the sizes of the pens differ depending on the country where they're made or the market they're made for. The Pilot Precise pens are made in Japan, and so the 0.5 is thinner than the 0.4 made in Germany. Even though it should be larger, it's actually smaller. And the 0.7 on the same brand Pilot made in Japan is smaller than the 0.7 made for American market. The liquid gel pen, I wanted to show you that because, like I said before, a rollerball pen is one that has liquid ink. So the Pentel Energel, you would think, because the name, Energel, it would be more like a gel ink pen, but it's actually more like a rollerball because the ink does feel more like a liquid one. So this right here is an Ecolo journal, and I want to show you the back of the page so that you can see how much it goes through. So you can actually see it a lot, and that to me is not so good because I'm really picky and I don't like it when it shows. The BIC shows a lot more than the Staedtler, but they both show. So that's the Ecolo, and this right here is a Moleskine planner. Okay, it's so off-white. So those were both off-white. You can see how the BIC, the orange and the pink are quite neon, where the Staedtler, none of them are neon bright, but they're very bright colors. Between the two of them, the Staedtler are much brighter. Also, the Staedtler comes in yellow and it comes in brown. A lot of pens are not available in those colors. And even the yellow, you can actually see it. It's not one of those that, you can barely see. You can actually see that yellow clearly. So that's a plus. And on the back of this page, you can also see the ink quite a lot. Some people could not stand that. I am one of those people. And they do sell, though, planners with thicker pages and journals with thicker pages where this will not be happening. But in this particular planner, yes, it does show very clearly right through. This is a Moleskine. And right here I tested them on a regular school notebook, and because the paper is white, the colors appear brighter, but the difference is really not major. Okay, so it doesn't make a big difference between the off-white paper and the white paper and the brightness of the inks. Now if we flip the page, you can also see it went through quite a bit, but not a lot more than the fancier brand papers. Okay, so the grip on these is triangular, and a lot of people really like that. See, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a triangular shape. So to some people that's comfortable, and it is, but to me the barrel itself is a little bit too skinny. But like I said, a lot of people really like these pens. So the cap comes on and off easily. I'm not sure how secure they would be if you carry them loose in a case. The Staedtler come in a very nice case that's hard plastic and reusable. It holds your pens like this. It's like an easel shape. I myself don't use it because I don't carry my pens around. And when I do, I just have a small little case that I carry, you know, the pens I'm going to be using. So I prefer to use them not in their case, but if you're one of those people that likes to keep your pens, you know, together and with you wherever you go, then the case of these pens would be excellent for that. The BIC I bought in two different packs. One pack was the traditional regular office colors, which are the black, blue, red, and green. And the other pack was called neon colors. But to be honest with you, the only ones that are really neon are the orange and the pink. The other three are not neon. They're just like your regular colored pens. Now, the grip on these is very comfortable, and it's either rubber or silicone. I'm not sure what it is, but it's actually very comfortable. The tip is similar to the Staedtler. Not much difference there except for the point size. This one is a 0.7, Staedtler is a 0.4. You can tell the difference on the tips when you compare them next to each other, but when you are writing with them, you don't really see a big difference. Okay, so if you compare them, it's probably not going to show. But the Staedtler seems to be a little bit smaller, just a very point. Okay, but not, the difference is not enough to really show that easily. Okay, so the caps on the BIC are very strong. You have to really do it hard to snap it back in place, and you have to also pull hard to take the cap off. So that's a good thing if you're going to throw them in your purse or carry them in a loose pen case. These for sure, the caps will not be coming off. These don't seem to be as strong, but like I said, they come with a case that will keep them nice and capped. Now, Staedtler claims that their inks, even though are water-based, will not dry if the cap is removed and stays off for a couple days. People have commented the same thing, that they have lost the cap, you know, got loose, and it actually continued to work without a problem. So that's a good thing. These right here claim to be semi-permanent, but I have never heard of any Rollerball pen that's really 100% permanent. And by them saying semi-permanent, I don't know. Is there some? No, I don't even know if there's such thing as semi-permanent. Either something is permanent or it's not. So I haven't had them long enough to tell you how long they last, but that's their claim. These right here, they don't mention anything about being permanent or not, and they're not. They do fade the more you expose them to light. If you're going to use them for drawings that you're going to be hanging on your wall, they will fade very quickly. On regular paper that you store, they also fade, just not as fast. but neither one of them are going to be permanent. If you want to use pens and journals that you intend to keep forever, then these pens I wouldn't recommend. Now, I also have here these two roller balls. These are made in Japan, okay, and these are the Pilot Precise V5 and V7. V5 being 0.5 millimeters and V7 being 0.7 millimeters. And I had shown them to you on the samples just to let you see the difference between Japanese made pens and American market pens, where the tips are wider, because Americans in general prefer wider lines. So even though the Pilots here are made for American market, they are still thinner. The point and lines are thinner. And the Pentel Energel liquid gel pen, even though it says gel, I consider it more like a rollerball, because if it's liquid, I mean, it's either liquid or it's not. So any gel that's liquid becomes a rollerball because it's no longer a gel. But I don't understand why they call it liquid gel. Okay, so those are the samples that I showed you. Again, this right here is on a Moleskine off-white, and here you have the school paper in white. They show pretty bright either way. And these right here I got in a pack of 10, between $15 and $20, I think. You can find them at Target, you can find them online, you can find them in many places that sells art supplies. I don't think you should have a problem finding those. And the BIC I found at Staples. I'm not sure if these are as available everywhere, but definitely you can find them at Staples. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Take care.